Senior Connections, a show about senior issues and events. A guide to active independent living. With your hosts, Margie Toms and Janet Halliday.
Good afternoon and welcome to Senior Connections. I'm Margie Wimberly Toms.
And I'm Janet Halliday. If you've been following the show for the last few weeks, you'll know that we've been covering a topic called aging in place. And today we're going to be talking about some equipment that you might want to consider for your home, should you especially have multi-levels in your homes, or maybe multiple stairway or steps going into your home. And our guest today is Bill Hayes, and he is owner of All Medical. And All Medical has two locations, one here in Columbia and one in Charleston. And we're so glad you could join us today.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely,
I appreciate it.
Bill. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your history as far as your business goes?
Okay. Well, All Medical was founded in 1991. I had a previous background in medical equipment and had worked earlier when I was out of college for vocational rehabilitation. And working for vocational rehabilitation, I saw how important technology could be for individuals, because you could train people, you could find jobs for them, but if they didn't have a way to get to work, if they couldn't get up in the morning and get dressed and get in their wheelchair or whatever they were using, you know, it didn't do any good. So I realized that technology and assistive technology was one of the real keys to being independent and having a good quality of life.
Well, and one of the things that we're going to start out talking about today are patient lifts and slings, and like you said, getting ready. The simple thing of going from a bed to your bath, and especially for caregivers, having that lift to help get someone who may not be as mobile or agile, or maybe they can't even stand on their own. So tell us why it is important from the perspective of the caregiver to invest in these type of devices.
Well, for the caregiver, it's extremely important because it's very difficult to move a person. I mean, and we work with people that weigh, you know, 50 pounds to 300 pounds or whatever. But even a child say that weighs 50 pounds, it's very difficult to bend over. So for caregivers, it can be preventing a back injury. It makes life better for the person and the caregiver. And moving people from bed to chair, from chair to bath is a very hard thing to do, and it's one reason I think a lot of people end up in nursing homes, because there's nobody at home that can really pick them up, can handle them.
Yes.
And you know, we have people that are large, and they have caregivers that come in to help take care of them, and the caregivers are small.
Right.
So they have to have a lift. They have to have some way to move that individual.
Yes. Why don't you tell us the different types of lifts that you do use, Bill, okay, so our viewers will know.
Well, probably the lift that most people are aware of is what they call the wheeled lift, and people know it as a Hoyer lift.
Yes.
And most people, they call the office and say, do you have Hoyer lifts? Well, Hoyer is a brand name. And there are other lifts that are like Hoyer lifts that are on the market, but they have wheels, and they have a boom that lowers in a sling that you put under the person. It lifts them up, and then you can move them from bed to chair. And those are probably the most popular because, well, they're more inexpensive, and usually that's the kind of lift that insurance, Medicare, Medicaid covers.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. And then there's the stationary that just kind of sits in one area.
Stationary lifts, they make lifts that can either mount in the floor or they mount on the wall, and they kind of swing, and they can lift a person up from the wheelchair and swing them over into the bathtub. But they're kind of fixed in one place.
Okay, and we're going to stop with fixed in one place. And remember, go to our website, seniorconnectionssc.com, and we'll be back after these words from our sponsors.
Hi, I'm Henry Winkler, and I'm here to tell homeowners that are 62 and older about a great way to live a better retirement. It's called a reverse mortgage.
A reverse mortgage can give you tax-free cash, no monthly mortgage payments, and you still own your home.
Call Larry Reed now, your local expert, to find out if you qualify.
Ask for your free reverse mortgage guide and DVD. And when you call now, you'll also get this light and magnifier absolutely free.
I live alone and rarely have visitors. So when I slipped and fell in the kitchen last month and couldn't get to a phone, I knew I was in trouble.
Help!
I could barely move.
Help!
I tried calling for help, but no one could hear me. As I lay there, I couldn't help but think of my kids and grandkids having to go on without me. I was terrified. It took 8 hours for my neighbor to find me. It could have been the end of me. That's when I knew I needed Life Alert. With just one press of this button, I'm connected to the Life Alert Center, where I can get the help I need, even when I cannot reach a phone. With Life Alert, I'm never alone.
We save a life from a catastrophe every 11 minutes. For a free Life Alert brochure, call 800-485-5621. That's 800-485-5621. Call 800-485-5621 today.
Don't compromise, mobilize with All Medical.
Enhance your mobility and independence with a van from All Medical. Choose from a Dodge Caravan or a Honda Odyssey and customize it for your needs. Whether you're slightly ambulatory or in a wheelchair, you'll enjoy knowing you can get around town whenever you want. You depend on All Medical to provide services and products to fit your lifestyle. Now call on All Medical to take you that extra mile.
Don't compromise, mobilize with All Medical.
At Heartstrings Hospice, we are here to help. Each patient has a team dedicated to providing emotional, medical, and spiritual support. At Heartstrings Hospice, we will ensure the time that you have together will allow you to be just her son and you to be just her daughter, because you shouldn't have to be anything else. At Heartstrings Hospice, we are here to help.
Are you or someone you love having difficulty getting into the tub for a bath or unable to stand in the shower? Call Comar Products today for help with safe, comfortable, independent bathing solutions. We specialize in products like walk-in tubs and roll-in showers. Our walk-in tubs feature hydrotherapy technology, so your bath is always warm and may even increase blood flow circulation and reduce swelling. Call Comar today to schedule your showroom appointment or visit us at 1759 Airport Boulevard in Casey.
Welcome back to Senior Connections. We are talking to Bill Hayes, talking about All Medical and all the different types of up-to-date medical equipment he has. We were talking about the stationary hoist, and I asked you to kind of describe that to me because I have not seen one.
Another example of a stationary hoist, and you'll probably see a lot of these because there's a new law, it's part of the ADA, and it requires lifts for all public swimming pools. And these will be stationary lifts that a person can roll up to in a wheelchair, or if they're on a walker, they can, and they sit in the seat, and then the lift will swing over the swimming pool and it'll lower them down into the pool.
Oh, very good.
And so these are going to be required for all public pools, motels, hotels.
Is that right?
You know, YMCAs or whatever.
And when does this law go into effect?
Went into effect January 1st.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
All right.
So that's the American Disabilities Act. That's
American
another one they've
Disabilities Act.
added then, huh?
Okay.
It's been there all along, that requirement, but it kept getting postponed and postponed.
And so now we have it.
So now we have it.
How about that?
Well, now,
Sounds like an asset.
what about the ceiling lifts? Tell us how that works.
Ceiling lifts are really nice. It's one of my favorite kind because they're so easy to use. You don't have anything cluttering the floor. You don't have anything. It all mounts on the ceiling, and it can go from one room to another room. It can go over the bed, lift a person from bed, take them to the bathroom, take them to their favorite chair in the living room, or put them in a wheelchair, and it's all out of the way. It's all motorized. There's no pushing or lifting.
So it's in the ceiling, you're saying?
It's mounted to the ceiling.
Now, does it require, I assume it requires a major installation. I mean, do you Do you have to have a permit, number one, to
No,
put it in?
not for a residence. For commercial, of course you would, but it's not as difficult as you think because we go into the home and we see how the ceiling joists run, and you go up in the attic and you put supports across there, and it can be put up in a day. And if somebody moves, if they sell the house, you can take it down and just put spackling in the holes, and you'd never know it was there.
So you say you can go from one room to the next, right?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, who would be a candidate that maybe would be appropriate for that type of lift?
You know, really anyone that needs to be lifted. It's just, I guess the thing with the ceiling lift is it's not covered by insurance generally. It's usually an out-of-pocket expense. There are some agencies that would cover the VA maybe, if you get service-connected veterans.
Paraplegic?
Yeah, for a quadriplegic, a
it would be
paraplegic,
ideal.
or someone with ALS, or anybody that really has difficulty transferring.
Okay.
Wow.
Have you put that many up in
We've done
homes,
a number
Bill?
of them, yeah.
Now, do you, All Medical does that?
We do
you don't
that.
contract it out?
No.
Okay.
You really can't, because we have to be trained to do it, and there are probably very few, just regular building contractors that have ever done that.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Wow.
And they also made one, if you don't want to attach it to the ceiling, if you're going to use it in one room, we can put 4 posts, one in each corner of the room, and we put rails across there, and then you can access anywhere in the room.
Okay. Well, we're going to take another break. And again, please check out our website, seniorconnectionssd.com, for all those events, health fairs. And if you have need for our sponsor services, be sure and give them a call, because they're supporting you by supporting Senior Connections. And we'll be right back.
Woodash is having a mattress sale. Why pay thousands of dollars for a Visco memory foam mattress when you can get a complete 2-piece queen set at Woodash for $3.99? This quality mattress layered with Visco memory foam features a cool, comfortable quilted top for a comfortable, cool sleep every night. Highly resilient, highly durable, and best of all, at a discount price starting at just $3.99 for the 2-piece queen set. For the lowest discount prices featuring Visco memory foam mattresses starting at $3.99, shop Woodash today. Woodash, located in the heart of the Vista, 919 Gervais.
I live alone, so when I slipped and fell in the kitchen last month and couldn't get to a phone, that's when I knew I needed Life Alert. With just one press of this button, I'm connected to the Life Alert Center, where I can get the help I need, even when I cannot reach a phone. With Life Alert, I'm never alone.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 800-485-5621. That's 800-485-5621. Call 800-485-5621 today.
At Heartstrings Hospice, we are here to help. Each patient has a team dedicated to providing emotional, medical, and spiritual support. At Heartstrings Hospice, we will ensure the time that you have together will allow you to be just her son, and you to be just her daughter, because you shouldn't have to be anything else. At Heartstrings Hospice, we are here to help.
As large corporations continue to take over local businesses, Carnegie and Mosley Funeral Home is still family-owned and independent. They believe that bigger doesn't mean better, and people always come before profits. That trust is earned, not bought. The Carnegie and Mosley family has been serving families since 1884. Carnegie and Mosley Funeral Home, they are your neighbors, and you'll appreciate the difference.
Welcome back to Senior Connections. We are continuing talking with Bill Hayes about all his very highly technical medical equipment. Now, Bill, what we wanted to ask you about is the stair lifts. Tell us something about the stair lifts and the costs. Include the Hoyer lift costs also while you're talking.
Yeah, the Hoyer lifts, were $800 or $900, and then a stair lift is probably the most economical way to handle a two-story house to get from one floor to the upstairs. You're talking about probably $3,500 installed, and that's a straight stair, going up a straight stairway.
Yeah.
Now, the ones that go around curved stairways are more expensive. They can be up to $10,000 because those are custom. Those are made for each stairway. But a straight stair lift is about $3,500.
So when somebody is considering putting a stair lift in their home, what are some of the things that they should, look for?
Well, what we do is we come out and do a free home eval, and we look to make sure the stairways are wide enough and that there are no obstructions, that the stairs are sturdy. Now, the stair lifts are mounted to the treads of the stairway. Some people think they're mounted to the wall, which they're not.
No.
And it's much better. They can be mounted, they're mounted to the stairs, so whenever that stair lift needs to be removed, you'd never really know it was there. I mean, you can feel it.
Sure.
There's a few holes we have to drill, and those can be filled in. The stair lifts we sell now, they're really improved from the past. They're DC operated, meaning that if the power goes out, you can still use the stair lift.
Yeah.
Now, can they be used for multiple persons?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
They do have the standard stair lift that we sell has a 300-pound weight capacity, but you can get heavy-duty ones that go up to like 600 pounds.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
So, but anybody can use it. I mean, we have a lot of customers where husband and wife use it.
Sure, sure.
And they're very useful for people that have knee problems or heart problems, respiratory problems, anything that causes a problem climbing the stairs.
Sure, so they don't necessarily have to be in a wheelchair.
And stairways can be dangerous. I mean, if somebody falls down the stairs, that's bad. Yeah, stair lifts pretty much alleviate that possibility. They have a little seat belt you can use.
To secure them.
And they're very safe, have a lot of safety features built in.
What about stair lift for a church, if they were thinking about?
Yeah, we do stair lifts for commercial buildings. Now, when you go into a church, it's considered a public or building. So there are different rules that apply. You have to get permits from the city.
Now, do you install them yourselves, or do you?
We install them ourselves.
Okay, so the same as with the ceiling lifts.
Yeah.
You have to have the training.
We go to the manufacturer's training, and they teach us how to do it, the right way to do it. So you can't just, it's be really difficult just to call a builder and say, I want you to put in a stair lift, because if they've never done it.
Sure.
Well, I know that that you hear some of these advertisements on the TV, or you go on the website and you say, oh, well, I can do that, and then you have to hire somebody to come and install it, but they may not have the expertise.
Exactly. I mean, I know some of the internet companies and companies that advertise on TV that are multi-states away, they'll tell people that, oh yeah, you can install it, but it's not as easy as they make it sound.
Okay. And what about maintenance and service then? Do you also do the maintenance and service on the?
We do. We do the maintenance and we do the service. And the nice thing with the new lifts, they're reliable. There's not a lot of maintenance to them.
Okay. And we're gonna take another break right now. And again, please check out our website at seniorconnectionssc.com. And if you have need for those services of our sponsors, give them a call too. And we'll be right back.
Are you or someone you love having difficulty getting into the tub for a bath? Unable to stand in the shower? Call Comar Products, where we specialize in products like walk-in tubs and roll-in showers. Call for an appointment or visit us at 1759 Airport Boulevard in Casey.
Woodash is having a mattress sale. Why pay thousands of dollars for a Visco memory foam mattress when you can get a complete two-piece queen set at Woodash for $3.99? This quality mattress layered with Visco memory foam features a cool, comfortable quilted top for a comfortable, cool sleep every night. Highly resilient, highly durable, and best of all, at a discount price starting at just $3.99 for the two-piece queen set. For the lowest discount prices featuring Visco memory foam mattresses starting at $3.99, shop Woodash today. Woodash, located in the heart of the Vista, 919 Gervais.
Attention, catheter patients on Medicare.
I use catheters, and if you do too, please listen carefully. There is a new catheter that hurts less, and you can get a free sample by calling this number now.
Pain and urinary tract infections have been avoided by many of my patients. These new disposable catheters hurt less. It's an incredible new design that reduces pain. The eyelets are polished, so they glide smoothly and effortlessly across your sensitive skin. Call now and get a free sample. Medicare and your insurance will pay for up to 200 of these catheters per month, all at little or no cost to you.
Call now for your free sample. It will arrive with a complete 90-day order, and if it doesn't reduce your pain, we'll pick them up for free.
Please call 1-800-394-8763. That's 1-800-394-8763. 1-800-394-8763.
Separate raw meats from other foods by using different cutting boards. 3,000 Americans will die from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
Are you or someone you love having difficulty getting into the tub for a bath? Unable to stand in the shower? Call Comar Products, where we specialize in products like walk-in tubs and roll-in showers. Call for an appointment or visit us at 1759 Airport Boulevard in Casey.
Welcome back to Senior Connections. We are talking to Bill Hayes, All Medical, talking about all the special equipment that he has. Tell us a little bit about your staff. How many? I know they've all got to be trained. How does that work?
Well, we started off with a very small staff. Now we have about 22 employees. We have our own service department. We have our retail staff, and we have a large staff of folks that just handle like billing, billing insurance companies, workers' comp. So we take care of that, and then our staff, we have certified staff that are trained in fitting wheelchairs and doing seating.
Oh, I can tell you, if you look at your website or go in your store, anything from A to Z, you carry it.
You don't send them out, you train them yourselves.
Yeah, we train
within
them within the industry. Most of the companies we work with, they have training, and we're certified by the Accreditation Association.
Exactly.
We have to have ongoing continuing education every year.
Well, I want to talk about, we were talking about stair lifts, but now tell us the difference between the indoor and outdoor lifts.
Okay. The outdoor lifts, of course, are made to withstand weather, so the rails are usually either a stainless steel or anodized aluminum, and then the electronic components are sealed so that the water won't bother them. And we install quite a few outdoor lifts. And then for outside too, we have what they call the vertical platform lifts, which is more like an elevator where if you're in a wheelchair, you can just roll on there and it lifts up to the next level, and you just go in.
Well, now that you've mentioned elevator, that was my next one. So I know they're getting more cost effective to put in homes, and you also install and carry elevators.
We do.
What is the average installation cost for an elevator?
Well, for a residential elevator, I'd say average is like $18,000 to $20,000.
Well, if you're going to be in your home for another 15 or 16
Mhm.
years, that seems like a pretty good investment. What about the warranties on elevators? I mean, have they improved over the years?
Yeah, their elevators are reliable and they have good warranties. Now, they're not as good as the stair lift. Now, the stair lifts we have lifetime warranties on the motors and the gearboxes, and so they have good warranties. But the elevators do too, and we service those as well.
All right, Bill, what about
now the price I
I'm gonna ask
quoted?
him about
That's
the
like
ramps.
for the elevator. Now, if you're putting an elevator in an existing home, sometimes you have to do some construction work, and then that would be extra whatever's involved.
I would think so. Why don't you tell us about the ramps, Bill?
Okay, ramps are very popular because they're not expensive, and it's probably one of the most common items for people in wheelchairs to get in and out of a house. We build them to ADA specifications, which calls for 1 foot of ramp for every inch of rise. So sometimes the ramps can get pretty long. If you've got say if your porch is 20 inches from the ground, then you need a 20-foot long ramp.
Sure.
So, but we build them, per specifications, and we have the aluminum ramps, and we can do wooden ramps as well.
But one of the features, I assume, should be water drainage. It doesn't matter what ramp, you should have adequate drainage.
Yeah.
But
How about the cost?
The cost, it varies on the length, but a portable ramp, may be $300 or $400, and a permanent long modular ramp could be $5,000 or $6,000.
Big difference.
Now, the portable ramps, are those basically just to go up and down curbs, or just to get in?
Or 2 or 3 steps in a home.
steps.
Yeah.
And you take those with you?
You can take them with you.
Okay.
They fold up, and you can put them in the trunk of the car.
And overall, why is it so important that somebody purchase these equipment from a reputable dealer?
Well, it's very important because the dealer, a reputable dealer, and a dealer that's trained can advise the person on the safety precautions. Most people, when they come in, they don't have a clue about ramps. They just want a ramp. But if you get a ramp that's too steep for your application, it can be very dangerous. Yeah, very dangerous.
And we've got to go, and thank you so much for
Thank
being
you.
with us
Thanks.
today,
Thank
Bill.
you.
And please be sure and pick up your copy of Senior Living Guide. It has lots of important information. It is now a statewide publication. And go to our website, seniorconnectionssc.com. Learn about all those events and health fairs. And most importantly, our sponsors. And if you have need for their services, please give them a call.
We'll see you next week, and the Lord be with you.